September's a month of settling back into a everyday routine after the lovely chaos of the summer holidays. And it can be really easy to think to yourself, I'm really looking forward to getting back to normal, back to a routine. But the funny thing is, in parenting, there is no going back because every new stage of your child's life brings new challenges, new dynamics, and new demands on you. So what feels like stability can only ever be temporary because growth needs change. And when mums talk about wanting to go back to normal, what they usually mean is, I want life to feel like I know what I'm doing. And I want the chaos to stop for a moment so I can breathe. And that longing makes perfect sense. Human beings feel safer when we know what's going to happen. And when life feels predictable, we feel more confident that we know what we're doing. But in parenting, children are constantly moving through developmental stages. So just when you've adapted to one stage, they leap forward. And that leap can disrupt your sense of competence. So it makes it feel like you're failing when in actual fact, your child is just growing. This cycle creates real psychological tension because when you've finally figured things out, you feel relief and can finally relax. But then your child changes, their sleep patterns, their behavior, or their emotional needs shift, and you are pulled back into uncertainty. Suddenly, you don't feel like the confident parent you were last week. Now, while this isn't failure, it's a natural process, it can often feel like it. And it can trigger feelings of self-doubt or guilt or frustration. And many mums, myself included, when my young person was smaller, interpret this disruption as evidence that they're not good enough, when in fact it's just evidence that their children are growing and life is moving forward. That said, it is understandable why we might want to try and keep everything the same, because we're controlling variables in a situation where everything is up for change. But that doesn't often make parenting easier. In fact, parenting gets easier when you expect change and when you build in adaptability, when you can trust yourself to meet each stage as it comes rather than clinging to the last one. And the longing for normal is really a longing for confidence. And confidence can't come from a fixed routine when it comes to children, but it can come from the belief, I can adapt. I can respond even when I don't have all the answers. So when life feels like it's shifting again, here are 4 things that can help you. First, expect change. It's part of growth. Stability is always temporary. In fact, if you start thinking, I think I've got this figured out, that's a warning sign things are probably about to change. But second, hold on to what doesn't change. And that's you, your love, your values, your willingness to show up. Third, notice growth. Each disruption is proof that your child is developing and you are expanding as a parent. And yes, there may be chaotic steps on the way, but there's plenty of joy in each developmental stage. And fourth, use humour. Sometimes the best way to manage the unknown is just to laugh at its unpredictability. So, parenting never really goes back to normal, but with each new stage, you and your child grow together. Normal isn't something behind you. It's something you're building right here, right now, step by step. Thank you for watching. You can find more resources and my Calm Mum Reset on my website. And if this resonated, let me know in the comments how you've had to adapt recently. I'd love to hear your story.